All right, what up, 12th man? It is a wet, rainy Wednesday today, as predicted it would be, and it feels kind of like the mood of free agency here in Seattle, a little bit dreary. I'm sure all of you have heard by now that the Jared Allen sweepstakes is over, and Seattle is not the lucky winner. Jared Allen is going to the Bears. Did not see that coming, really. 4 years, 32 mil, 15 and a half of that guaranteed. I don't know, how does that make you guys feel? I mean, we've been in free agency for a little while now, a couple weeks. We've lost 10 players to free agency, and we've kept 4 of them. We've kept Hauschka, Tavares Jackson, Michael Bennett, and Zach Miller. So we've obviously lost a lot more than we've gained. But there's still the draft to come, more deals can still be done. So, I don't know, I'm just curious, what's your guys' feel on the team right now as far as free agency and all that is concerned? Are you worried? You know, are you frustrated? Do you feel like we're not doing enough? Do you feel like they're just doing what we should be doing? I personally was, I was disappointed, but when we didn't sign him after his second visit, I thought, I don't think it's going to happen. You would have thought if it was going to get done, it would have gotten done at that point. I just didn't think it would be Chicago picking him up. But Chicago was hoping to get Bennett, and they obviously are really wanting a pass rusher, so they got Jared Allen instead, paid more for him than they were offering even Bennett. Obviously, they hold him in higher regard, and we're willing to pay the price for him. But you know what? Again, I just got to say that you got to trust in what Pete and John are doing. They haven't let us down yet. I'm just gonna say, you guys are the experts. Make this team what it needs to be. You guys know what you're doing. So that's it. We gotta put Jared Allen behind us, get over it, and move on. Lot yet to happen. So it is what it is. As I mentioned in the last blog, there were a bunch of rule proposals, and apparently they have decided on a few that will happen next year, and they've ruled out the ones that won't. And so here are the rules that are going to be changing next year, according to the competition committee. The first is extending the uprights by 5 feet. The Patriots brought this suggestion up, and I think they're the ones who had a big beef about it, because I believe it was last year there was a kick that was really questionable as to whether it was in or not as it went over the uprights. I think Belichick was really quite upset about the whole thing. Wanted it reviewed or something, but they just kind of ruled it wasn't what it was, and so again, anything that helps make the game more clear and true to what actually happens on the field and getting it right, I'm all for that. They did enact the Navarro-Bowman rule, so there will now be replays of those change of possessions. So again, it's a good thing. Good thing. Make sure that the right team gets the ball, because we've been on the short end of the stick of some of those calls before too. Another rule that has been enacted is that the game clock will continue to run after a sack outside of 2 minutes. I actually didn't realize that the clock would stop, but apparently it will automatically keep running after a sack, outside of 2 minutes. So, sounds all good to me. Sounds all good to me, especially if we're the ones doing the sacking. So here are the rules that did not go through. Having all officials' calls be reviewable. They negated that. They also negated the suggestion of having personal fouls reviewable. So that's not going to happen. So it's going to still be a judgment call that cannot be reviewed. The suggestion by the Redskins to move the kickoffs forward another 5 yards to the 4-yard line, nixed. Yes! Leave the kickoffs alone. And the 25-yard line extra point suggestion is not going to happen next year, but they are going to play with the 20-yard line extra point try during the preseason. So it won't happen during the regular season yet, but they will test it out in the preseason. So you guys can check that out and see how that feels, having these long extra points, and see how that affects the game. And then they're still trying to decide on negating the preseason overtime. Once again, I am all in favor of anything that basically makes preseason unnecessary. I don't like preseason. I'd rather not even have to go attend preseason games, and I think as a season ticket holder, I just don't like the fact that I have to pay the same price for preseason as I do for a regular season game. That's just me, but I know the team's got to make their money. And then they're also still considering having the cameras on all 6 boundary lines, goal line, end zone, sidelines. So it could still happen. We'll see. Gotta grab the girls. Be right back. Hello, girls. Would you like to say anything to the 12th man out there?
No. I'll need some gum.
Who would like to hold the 12th man flag? Oh, yay. Here, I'll open the gum for you.
Okay, bye. Done.
What? That was quick. How about Sophie? How about Sophie represent? You don't get a piece of gum unless you hold the 12th man flag.
Da, 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 da.
With enthusiasm. Say go.
Go Seahawks.
Oh, louder. Go.
Go Seahawks. Go Seahawks.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Sing.
Oh.
Go Seahawks.
Remember you told me about Michael Robinson, Sophie?
Yeah.
Did you know that Michael Robinson appeared on the soap opera The Young and the Restless?
But I don't know what that means.
Well, it's a TV show and he had an acting part in it.
What's
Did
it
you
called?
guys all see that episode? It was actually a little awkward to watch. I think you should stick to the Real Rob Report and leave the soap opera acting to soap opera stars. I don't even know what it's about. I don't watch The Young and the Restless. It's a soap opera. Soap opera is something that is watched by in the daytime.
Opera singers? Girls mostly like it.
I'd say mostly female audiences. Russell Wilson, you might have heard this story, was guest starred in this movie, Entourage. You wouldn't see it because it's more for adults.
Like,
but you know what happened? While they were between scenes, filming scenes in the movie, Russell Wilson was playing catch with one of the actors, and apparently the actor somehow crashed into something or fell down and he broke his leg in 2 places.
How?
I don't know exactly. He ran into something or tripped and broke his leg catching a Russell Wilson pass. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, what's that show rated?
I don't know actually. I'm guessing it's got to be at least, probably at least PG-13, I would imagine, because there's probably a lot of bad words in it and probably some violence.
What's the cover look like?
I don't know, I haven't seen the cover.
Why is it called? What's it about?
You know, I don't even know the answer to that either. Hey Sophie, if you had to choose, if you had to choose between Russell Wilson, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, or Percy Harvin, which one would you let go if you had to let one of those 4 go?
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas? No!
Here's a reason why. I don't even know who they are. That's why I don't even know who they are.
Well, you must learn about your Seahawks. Bye-bye, 12th man. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching. Go Hawks.
We are the 12th man. Seahawks, we got your back. Yeah, Seahawks, we got that swag. Yeah, defense, go get that sack. And